40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Here's Harris to return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Brady now on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread. Absolutely no. They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from inside Niner territory now. At the 45-yard line. Meanwhile, Brady's throw taken in by Miller. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Brady now on first down. That's taken in by Henderson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Seventh play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Fournette on the counter. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. McCann's got it teed up. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On first down, it's Grant, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, speed is definitely a calling card if you play cornerback in this league, and he does a terrific job there of hustling in quickly to make the play. From the 27, Lance. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. On the return, Harris. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Now a play fake. Brady. A quick throw, but incomplete. This defense for the Niners, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And one of the key total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense. Just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
From midfield, here's Brady. That's caught by Howard. And some room to work. And bulldozing his way through. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Brady. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
McCann's kick is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The result's not great thus far. A punt on the first drive and an interception last time out.
Now, let's face it, every team wants to come out on the field and play with some confidence, play with some tempo, play with some rhythm. And when you're making those types of mistakes, you're not getting any of that put together.
So what do you say, time to get back to the basics for them?
In a lot of ways, yes, but the biggest one, of course, is finding people who will take care of the football and make a few plays. You got to have a drive now that calms down the entire team.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. We own them. We own them. Mike check 33. 33. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
The Lance going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. So that one will be accepted.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Mike check 33.
Off the bootleg, Brady. He's able to find Miller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On second down, it's Grant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 40 yards on the ground for him so far. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
20. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and that makes our score 24-7. To boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A big play there out of the running game. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. But it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Here's Lance. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Check 26, check 20. Fresno.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Niners on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Check 31, check still. Switch. Tighten up.
Throwing now is Lance. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the reception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him going for Howard, but the pass intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play action, now it's Brady. He'll check this one off to Fournette. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Brady now to throw. It's Miller, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
That's it, huh?
Scotty Miller with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. McCann's got it teed up. Damiere Byrd returning it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it first. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check 49, check 49.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's
I am.
miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He's checking.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
57 Mike.
So after the INT, it's Brady. It's complete. It's Miller. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Darrell Henderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. McCann's got it teed up. Byrd now ready to return it. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you Try and score when given the opportunity.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10.
Slam, slam, slam. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check mega. Ship, watch the ship.
From the gun, it's Lance. Looking deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Joe Tryon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On play action, now Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. A little juke. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. And they're able to get this way down there inside the Tampa 20. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. Bird now ready to return it. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, watch the screen. Check 50. Check. Watch out.
To throw, it's Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On play action, Lance. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this returnable for Harris. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Let's make it 66. Hey, Alabama.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. McCann's got it teed up. Bird now ready to return it. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They go back to Grant. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Working from the gun, Lance. And going deep for Hill. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is Harris. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Who? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The roads will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Throwing now is Brady. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Fournette, a first down carry, shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to run you over. Mike 9. Hey.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down to Evans on the slant.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Let's get it. Hey, go Fury. Tight dog. Smash, red.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
You see me?
Joe Tryon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Man, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. We are off to the fourth quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they'll go for it. Lance. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 35. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one.
Touchdown, 49ers! A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Still going inside the 30.
You thought you had
and they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Wait, check back 27. I got him. Check your hot read.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. The Lance going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On 2nd down now. It's Grant, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 134 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Hey, full fury. Need old blue.
Switch.
Ready, go.
Play action, now it's Lance.
Check.
Samuel bringing in the slant. Tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to look deep down the field. And now here is another interception. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Looking back to the air on second down, it's Brady. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Check 31, check 31.
Hey, go steal.
Tighten up, tighten up.
This is Grant. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. Grant, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And now they'll throw with Lance. This will be caught inside the 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Shotgun now for Lance. Completes it to Samuel. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Did, my good man. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Brady going to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
I got you, son. 45, 45.
Hitting Samuel on the slant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Check three.
Lance throwing out wide for Samuel. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
Ringo. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic.
2nd down and goal. Lance caught on the slant. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Here's Harris to reach. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
You better be afraid of me. Hey, check back 33. Check back 33. Tighten up. Pull it together. Mike, check 33. Watch the run. Hey, check it.
Brady going to look to throw. It's Miller, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. McCann's got it teed up. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a